Hello, everybody. Welcome to Championship Predictions Round 19. And those who like to see me and Sam Parkin suffer will enjoy this one. A triple public apology coming up in this one. We won't give away the particular game. Sam, not great from us at the weekend. 4-4, a draw. And just for those who are wondering, we are going to honour our previous predictions for Ipswich visit in Blackburn, which at time of recording is happening tonight. But when you watch this, you will know the outcome. So we'll see if we want to throw that in. But tricky week, Sam.
Well, I thought it was the most exciting weekend across the EFL that we've had this season. I think it was 1-0 in League One, if memory serves. So there were so many late goals going in, so many storylines. Yeah, I thought it was incredible and very difficult to predict. There you go. But I'll take the point at this stage against you. I'll take the draw because it's been reoccurring losses, isn't it? So, onwards and upwards. This is where it turns.
Absolutely. Get involved in the comments with your own predictions. And Sam, we start with a public apology. It's Hull v Middlesbrough. And we both had Stoke beating Hull. And Sam, if you'd have asked me at half-time during the game, I still would have had Stoke beating Hull. So well done, Hull. They turned it round, and they've got maybe the hottest striker in the league in Gelhardt, but they host Middlesbrough here, Sam.
Yeah, well, up to 9 now, isn't he? He's having a great season. I've enjoyed watching him, and he's obviously not playing always as a centre forward. Plays off either side and what have you. I caught a bit of the second half. I didn't see the first half because I was hurrying around getting ready for my graft on Saturday afternoon. But great result for them. Stoke have been so competitive at home. I think just 2 really narrow defeats. So that's why probably we expected them
Coventry
to win that
was
one.
the other, yeah.
Coventry, West Brom at home, I think, as well.
Right.
So, listen, I think probably in light of that, I am kind of edging towards them in this one, just because I think Middlesbrough used every ounce of energy to pull it back against Derby. So I'm either a draw or a home win. I think I'm going to go with a 2-2, having talked myself out of it there in the last 15 seconds. 2-2.
Oh, dear. Well, there'll be no repeat public apology if Hull do lose. So I might back Middlesbrough. I've just got a narrative in my head that Kim Hellberg gets hold of Borough now and puts his stamp on it and does well. But, I mean, it's a bit stupid considering just got a public apology on Hull. But it was a weird game in a weird week, and it was looking to me like a kind of 2-0 Stoke win. But yeah, fair play to Jakirovic. He takes it all in his stride. And you mentioned Gelhardt. It was the subs. And you like Balumi. He came back and Gelhardt started on the right and then scored from the left. So there's a good sense of adaptability. With all of that being said, I like the Hellberg narrative, Sam. So I will shave off a Hull goal and I'll take Borough 2-1 to start the weekend. Charlton versus Pompey. My God. Both of these two need a win. Losing streaks all over the place here. And Pompey, particularly bad away from home, Sam. I read the comments in John Massinio's interview underneath on YouTube, and sounds like they're losing patience with Bishop up top there, the Pompey fans as well. So given in general terms this season, Charlton have been good at home and Pompey haven't been good away, I'm going to back Charlton. And should we go for them to get back to where they were in clean sheets and whatnot? Let's go 1-0 Charlton.
Yeah, well, Pompey did start the season competitively away from home, if memory serves, against some tough teams. And this is it's the first time really, isn't it? I would think that John Messino's suffered a few disappointing results in a row. It's the first time that the results have been poor on a consistent basis short term. So, need a performance, I think. Bishop's been here before as well, Ben. Let's not forget. He was being maligned 18 months, 2 years ago, and then he's not stopped scoring, really. So this is his first lean spell for a while. What did you go?
I went 1-0 Addicts.
Yeah, I think it's 1-0 or it's 1-1. So I'm going to play another draw here, 1-1, which on the back of Charlton's last week, I think that would probably suit both parties just about.
Derby versus Leicester. Is Party Marty in trouble if he loses this one?
God, I quite like the draw again here. I suppose this is going to become a monumental game for mainly that reason you just mentioned. Obviously, spanked for 45 minutes against Sheffield United. That second half rally is not enough to appease fans when they're in the plight that they currently are.
Were in the pub at that point, Sam, weren't they?
They were. The ingredient I was going to get onto, I know there's bigger rivalries for Derby, Nottingham Forest being the obvious one, but this is a big match in that part of the world. I just think right now, even though they got beat at Middlesbrough, I'll go for Derby by 1-0 to heap more pressure on.
Yeah, I like that, and I can see it. And Derby are going to be without Morris, but you like Aguimang, and they've now got Salverson up with him as well. Wing-back's great. I'm persuading myself to agree with you. I was thinking that I would flip whatever you said. If you went Leicester, I would go Derby. If you went Derby, I would go Leicester. So I think I'll stick to my guns and flip you. And for Leicester to get it right, it seems unlikely, doesn't it? But I don't know. I just don't want to double you up, I don't think, here. So I will go Leicester to win 2-1. But if they do, they'll probably go behind, and it'll probably be a couple of goals bent into the top corner from outside the box. And he needs that one. But understand, Derby fans, I'm doing that for gameplay reasons against Sam rather than necessarily thinking that Leicester are the better side here. Watford versus Norwich, Sam. I watched Watford last night. Rally quite well in the second half against Birmingham. I saw the return of Jack Fatadza, who you've been a big proponent of. I tell you who else is a good player, Sam. Mama, the left winger, young Moroccan. At one point they had all those two and Loser on. So I think I might be enjoying watching Watford if they all...
Yeah, I did a bit of reading up on him. Is he the lad who was, I think, African Young Player of the Year, possibly?
Under 20s, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's a player, mate. You'll like
Under 20s
him,
World Cup, wasn't it? Or something
Yeah, right,
he starred in. Yeah, I did a bit of reading up on him recently because I heard he'd had a good effect in one of the most recent games. So, yeah, another one. I mean, they got 5 or 6 lads, probably under 22, 21, who are not bad at all.
Stocked them up. Well, that was Norwich's plan. And Norwich are obviously the opponents here in terms of stacking up young players. Everyone's trying to do a Sunderland, aren't they? Hey, but that often takes a couple of years. Oh, Sam, I don't know what the hell's going to happen here because Norwich are going to at least have some confidence back. But I do like Watford at home. Are we going straight back to predicting Norwich defeats? Norwich got a hard week, actually, Sam, as well. I just like Watford's ability to pull a goal out of their backside here. 2-1 Hornets.
Yes, mate, that's what I would have had. I will save the listeners, the viewers, my sentiment because it's exactly the same as yours. And, you know, Norwich isn't going to be a quick fix, one victory and all is rosy in the garden. So I will extend the margin of victory 3-1 Watford.
Blackburn versus Sheffield Wednesday. Sheffield Wednesday should have won at the weekend and have now been deducted, not that it particularly matters much, another 6 points.
Yeah, McNeil with a couple. I think they were his first league goals, actually. I think he's got one in
penalty, Sam, as well.
Cup. Yeah, missed pen. Yeah, I think I was a goal out there. I think I had 3-1 Preston. So close, but no cigar. I will go for Blackburn here in this one. Blackburn 1-1 at the weekend, right? Ahead for a long time.
Remember, just for admin, Blackburn play tonight against Ipswich, but we don't know what's happened.
Oh, yeah. And I don't know if it was me and you talking, but that's got a little bit of extra incentive for...
Yeah, they'll expend some energy on that, won't they?
For Blackburn. I don't know how much the players will, but the fans will. The fans that turn out tonight will, have a little bit of needle, probably, given that they think they should have had those 3 points on board. Yeah, I'll go for them here. I'll take your 2-1 from the previous answer. 2-1 Sheffield Wednesday to be competitive.
Okay. I rarely predict Sheffield Wednesday ever to get anything, so I might do it here just to break the habit of a lifetime on the basis that Blackburn are going 3-game week, 3-game week, 3-game week because of the extra game. Although they're not travelling, are they? But I don't know. Take a bit. I'm persuading myself to do this, even though it's probably going to be a home win. Oh no, they're not going to get a point, are they, Sam? I'm being silly. I like your 2-1 all of a sudden. I'll go 2-0 Blackburn. I've talked myself out of that. And I wish I'd talked myself out of predicting Millwall to lose against Southampton. It's Bristol City v Millwall, and it is public apology number 2. And wind back the tape. We literally said, what are we doing here? Millwall are good at home and they're fourth in the table, and we both predicted to lose. Sam, we both went for the Southampton streak, and to be fair, we lost to an injury time goal in a 3-2 game there. But it is nonetheless a public apology to Millwall. I might be issuing another one because I think they might struggle at Bristol City. I think they're going to go behind in this game. I think Bristol City start games well. They're full of energy. They've got players back now. I am going to go... I'm going to play for a bonus point. I'll go for another 3-2, but I'll back Bristol City. Sam, please tell me you're not going to go for Bristol City. We could be the first ever 2 public apologies in a row if you back Bristol City.
Sorry, I was far too focused there. What have you gone for?
3-2 Robins.
Blimey. Cool. Remind me where City were the other day. I know Mehmeti scored, didn't he, relatively early?
They were at Pompey. Great goal, that, by the way.
Yes. 1-0, yeah?
Yeah.
I'm going to flip you.
Good.
And I'm going to flip that. I was quite keen on the draw there, but I need points. I'm going to go for Millwall. Again, to revert to type 0-1.
I was thinking about you when Kramer scored, actually, because we disagreed on him. I think you liked him at right back. Remember, you did the game against Luton, and I was like, I don't see what you're seeing there, Sam. But he's turned out to be a really good signing, hasn't he?
I think he was great in that game, but then I subsequently did him at Charlton this season, obviously in the derby match, and I picked him out pre-match, and he was terrible for 45 minutes. Yeah, because
you liked him in the Luton game, isn't it? Yeah.
I think, and I think there's a bit of narrative, like, since obviously the Cooper Tanganga partnership has been broken up, like right, that he was obviously the next in line, and all was in hand, and he was dreadful in that game. But I mean, that wasn't the worldie though, was it?
Oh,
that was,
Caleb Taylor, yeah.
Caleb Taylor, yeah, that was a beauty. What a strike. And Aziz is back, isn't he, now? Well, he's certainly got 2 in 2, I think, off the bench, and
player. Yeah.
Maybe both of those. But he's been the talisman this year, so 0-1.
There you go, a public apology and a bit of fluffing for all your great signings there, Millwall fans. Here you go then, Sam. Good luck. Ipswich versus Coventry.
Yeah, tough for Ipswich, I think, on Friday night, because they had so much of the ball, and there was just that sense of inevitability when Leif Davis scored that they go on and win probably 3-1, 2-1, 3-1. I don't know why I thought 3-1, but that was kind of my feeling. So I thought that if they were to get a second, it would probably knock the stuffing out of Oxford. But that was a pure sucker punch. But credit to Gary Rowett, I think, for his changes. That really worked, and Ipswich's on this occasion didn't. After working wonderfully well at Hull. So
remind us, Sam, that we've got this game at Blackburn as well tonight for Ipswich.
Yeah, good point, which I'd make them slight favourites for still, despite that defeat. But they need a response, because obviously there's a few question marks from the punters about various things. I fancy them here for a point, at least, against Coventry. I think, I would probably favour Coventry if I was to have to pick a winner, maybe high scoring. But I'm going to go for another Desmond here. I think I went 2-2 at the start today for Hull against Borough. I could see another entertaining 2-2 here. And again, probably a better point for Cov, maybe, at this stage. Despite them flying, Ipswich are going to want to start winning their home games if they're going to continue to make things hard for themselves on the road.
Tell me this, Sam, right? You look at this, or I look at this as an Ipswich fan and think, I prefer it when Ipswich play teams that are going to come out and attack and not low block. But Coventry are too good. So am I mad to think that if Ipswich win this, they win it by controlling, man for man, keep the ball, slow Coventry down? I think if it's an attacking game, I think Coventry win it, Sam. And I feel a bit weird saying that because you kind of you start moaning when you're a fan of a parachute team, world's smallest violin, that everyone's defending against you. But I don't think it'll work in an attacking game. Can you understand where I'm going with that?
Yeah, absolutely, absolutely. And if it becomes a shootout.
You can't beat Coventry in a shootout.
No, I was going to say one thing is hugely apparent at the moment. Coventry's front players are in better form than Ipswich's front players.
Yeah.
But then you've got players of similar, or if not better, quality, man for man. So it shouldn't be the case, but that's the reality at the moment. But Philogene scored 6 at Portman Road. He could very easily turn it on, couldn't he, in a game like this? And yeah, I enjoyed watching Ipswich the other night. It's the first time I've seen them live. The setup is very consistent.
That was a boneheaded defeat, though, wasn't it, Sam?
It was. The pattern of play is good. You're just lacking a little bit of chemistry and a bit of oomph in the final third, it would seem. Can he get Clark and Philogene in the same team? I suppose that's probably something that's been discussed for hours on end on your podcast feeds, Ben. I think at home, maybe not for Coventry, but in certain games, he's going to have to find a way of maybe getting a little bit more guarantee out of the forward players, because Egerle on the right-hand side is a nice player, don't get me wrong, and he's going to be an excellent player, but right now,
yet, is it?
He's he would be the one that you'd... And Nunez, I think at home, sometimes you could play someone a bit more... He's a great technician, lovely dead ball striker, gives you a bit of defensive nous as well. But at home, you could play a little bit more of a flair player there, couldn't you? So more of a dribbler, I suppose. So we'll wait and see.
I've got 2 scorelines here. I've got a 1-1 and then I've got 4-3 to Coventry. Will you give me 5 points if I go 4-3 to Coventry?
Yeah, and I could see it, mate. But
I'm going to do it. It's
5
ridiculous.
points,
yeah, there we go. So let's go for it to be absurd. If that happens as well, Coventry will win in stoppage time, won't they? So let's go.
Did Leeds win 4-3 at Portman Road, start of the promotion season?
Yes, they did. Yeah.
There you go.
Yeah, although it wasn't a real 4-3. Sam, I like a 4-3 where the 7th goal wins the game. I think did they get 4-1 up or
can't recall it. I just remember there was a bit of, I mean, it felt like that was the outlier for Ipswich for quite a long time. It
was their last home defeat until in the EFL until
there you go.
Charlton recently. Yeah,
it felt like they were taking care of business, and there was just that result at the start of the season which you felt was going to maybe be a reoccurring theme, but it wasn't at all.
There you go. So I'll go 4-3 Coventry for a 5-pointer, which is ridiculous. There we go. Preston versus Wrexham. I mean, is this 0-0? It's definitely under 1.5 goals, isn't it? Really like Wrexham at the moment. I tell you what is a fun pattern for Wrexham. I think they're gone win, draw, win, draw, win, draw. So that means they win this, doesn't it? Because they drew against Blackburn. So I will... If Preston weren't convincing, could have lost to Wednesday. 1-0 Wrexham.
Oh.
Didn't expect that, did you?
No, and... Yeah, I think Wrexham, even getting promoted last year and the previous year, the biggest upturn for them has been their defensive stability. If you look at the numbers, even in what am I talking about? The League Two. Were they up for 2 years before they got promoted? I can't recall.
No,
they go
bang,
bang.
back to back to back. Yeah.
Even what I was going to say, even if you look at the last 2 seasons, even in their success, the defensive record has improved no end. So, and again this year, and Phil Parkinson's sides used to be quite, watertight defensively. That wasn't always the case at Wrexham, but now they are rarely conceding. Very good in that regard. And obviously got a lot of forward players to win games. So, yeah, I'm going to side with caution here and think that these two teams are two of the best at cancelling out opponents. I'm going to go 0-0.
QPR versus West Brom. Sam, are your boys the weirdest team in the league at the moment? They are all over the shop with their results, aren't they? Could be anything.
They are. Very, very difficult to predict, although I didn't have a strong sense that they get something at Carrow Road. I've been there in the away end pre-playing career and suffered a few defeats at the hands of Norwich, a really good Norwich side as it was back in the 90s. QPR home to West Brom. I think they lost this last season, if memory serves. Madja may be doing the business. 2-1 QPR. My reason being...
How have you got to that?
Because you can't predict them.
Okay, fair enough.
I thought that Swansea, obviously having raced into that 2-goal lead, I mean, if any team is going to be able to suffer and regress in the fashion that they did, it's Swansea at the moment. I think QPR are made of slightly sterner stuff. Biggest 45 minutes of the season, maybe, for any manager, Ryan Mason, because I think if they lose that, maybe no coming back.
And he backed Mollenby after the dumb red card, and he scored the winner as well, didn't he?
4 substitutions at half time, which we kind of caught quite quickly on final score. I think they went to the reporter straight off the bat in the second half. So 4 changes, you thought it's now or never.
There's a
so
lot
amazing win
good,
for them.
Sam, there, because he stuck with Hegebo as well, and he's now scoring, isn't he?
Well, yeah. I mean, if anyone was playing, for the team and, getting 7s, 8s out of 10 performances every week, it was him. So now to be getting the goals, what is he, 4-2 or 4-3?
Something like that.
Yeah, he deserves that because he's a good player. When I've seen him, he occupies defenders, he's strong, he's savvy. Nothing wrong with his all-round game. So if he can start getting goals as well, yeah, they've got a real asset there. But he might get one here, but his chair's going to bend to in the top corner.
I tell you what, Borelli's the guy for QPR, isn't he?
Oh, man.
I am just going to go with the complete randomness of QPR and just flip your scoreline then, Sam. So you've gone 2-1 Rangers. I'll go 2-1 Baggies. Always like Mikey Johnston for a goal. So I'll back the away win. But let's be honest, I'm at the point with QPR where I could let my 4-year-old daughter pick it and she'd probably have a better chance than me. Sheffield United versus Stoke. This is difficult. Sheffield United, 9-point week. But I think look, 9-point week's brilliant, and they played 2 away games. You could argue Sheffield Wednesday away, Pompey with a deliberate handball and a penalty in half an hour and 10 versus 11, and then Leicester away is okay fixtures. They caught those sides at a good time, but they played it really well, didn't they? But if Stoke lose, Sam, they'll have lost like 4 in 5, won't they? I don't see Stoke losing 4 in 5 is the problem I've got. But I don't think they'll win. I'll go 1-1, Sam. I'm not sure on this one. What do you think?
I think toughest one of the round. All eventualities are available and readily possible. I think I'm going to go for Stoke here. The reason being, I agree with you to a certain extent. I thought they were very good for 45 minutes at Leicester. Obviously, I mean, if you look at the statistics from that half for Sheffield United.
Great goal by Peck, by the way, Sam.
Yeah, I think they had 7 shots inside the box. It was complete domination, as Chris Wilder said, despite, one being a worldie, one being a deflection. I think maybe, both teams happier to counter-attack and maybe Stoke may just allow Sheffield United to have the lion's share of the ball, as you would expect away from home at Bramall Lane, and Stoke to maybe find their rhythm and their pace in Thomas, Manhoff. Add another couple there. 2-1 Stoke. Just a bit of random championshipness for you, I think, after everyone thinks that Sheffield United are going to shoot up the table.
Can we work on getting that in the dictionary, championshipness? Because everybody knows exactly what you mean as well. Southampton, Birmingham, Sam.
Cool, that's difficult as well, isn't it? That's really difficult. I think I'm probably comfortable playing safe there. Southampton can wipe the slate clean after that one at Millwall. Again, that's the division.
Sam, Azaz and Armstrong have scored 8 between them in the last 4 games.
Yeah, and it's great to see Armstrong performing again like that, and the lads Armstrong and Azaz and Fellows, because of they were not being written off, but they were finding a bit of time to find their rhythm. Quite like a 1-1 here, quite like a 1-1, maybe Stansfield for Birmingham, and I think maybe quite a tight affair here with defences possibly slightly on top.
Really impressed with Birmingham last night, Sam, to come out with the 3 Monday night, if you're watching this on Wednesday, to come out with the 3 points, given A, the weather, B, you're playing after everybody else on the Monday night, and Watford threw lots of different challenges at Chris Davies, and I thought he answered them all pretty well. And I just think at the moment, when you match up Southampton and Birmingham, I think Birmingham are far more consistent and far more drilled, whereas Southampton, it does feel like a little bit go and play, with the likes of Azaz and Fellows and Armstrong, the names that you pointed out. So I think I'm persuading myself on an away win here, Sam. The problem is that Birmingham have been really good at St Andrews and not really good away. So now I've just talked myself out of it for that reason. And you've taken a nice juicy 1-1. I'll go Desmond here. But you're right, it's a difficult one to call this, isn't it?
Definitely. I think this has been a really tough round of fixtures, this, actually. I'm not confident having given it the big one at the start of the show. I mean, people might be watching this season thinking he hasn't got a clue what he's on about. But hopefully I get a little bit more of a pass due to the random nature of this bloody division we cover.
You're too humble, Sam. And speaking of humility, here comes a third public apology. Well done, Oxford. I mean, it's a big Swansea-Oxford we're going on to now. And yeah, it's galling as an Ipswich fan because it is probably, when all the accounts come out, probably financially, if not biggest budget against smallest budget, first or second against 24th or 23rd, isn't it? And Oxford got the win, and we know what Gary's going to do, and that was the one way they were going to win the game, and they did it. So, fair play, Oxford. Public apology. Can they go to Swansea and do something? Yeah, of course they can. Swansea are in a bad way at the moment. I think the pattern's going to be Swansea are going to try and run all over teams now in the opening of games, but Oxford will be there to stand up against it. So why not? Let's go back-to-back Oxford. This can be a super public apology because I'll now back them to win at Swansea. And if they're going to win, Volks hurling it in, Hellick, whoever, Blankshire, goal. 0-1. Do you see it?
Well, I can, absolutely. Swansea play Oxford and Portsmouth at home next to.
Ooh, do they?
Yeah. So...
And Matos hasn't won yet.
Yeah, and take him out of the picture. It's starting to be a relegation worry, of course.
5 L's in a row.
Yeah, and I got a neighbour, a mate locally, big Swansea fan. He sent me some messages over the weekend after that collapse, and yeah, they're desperately concerned, obviously. And I was concerned in the summer, for their season. I think they were very much my outsiders to get sucked in. Them and Preston, wasn't it, if memory serves, because of Preston's end to last season. They were the two that I would have had maybe having a tough campaign. I wasn't overly impressed with any of the transfer business. And I think that's been proven, apart from Gal Braith, who's been pretty good, I think, in midfield, one of the goal scorers at the weekend. I mean, I looked at some statistics, so I'll be brief here, but they are basically bottom rung for every attacking statistic, more or less. Expected goals, shots, big chances, you name it. How Vipotnik has got 7 goals from what they're creating it's probably because he scores the odd worldie, isn't it? Because God only knows how he's up there in the goal scoring stakes. However, Oxford at home. I suppose new manager's got to come into it. Do you know what? I'm going to play another draw
Squiddy
in, mate.
Sam, do you want a really good stat? Vipotnik has scored 7 goals from 2.84.
Yeah, I know. Yeah,
so there you go.
I know.
You're
I did
totally
that.
right.
I did that yesterday. I think he's had the 52nd highest XG in the division, something like that. So
No, he's a player then, isn't he? Eh?
He's missed a few chances as well, but yeah, he scored some great goals. But yeah, there's a massive, obviously, reliance on him now to keep going. I'm talking myself out of this. Do you know what? I'm going to go for a 1-1. 1-1, my third 1-1 of the round. It's a point on the board for the new Swansea manager, and it's backing up a brilliant win for Gary Rowett and Oxford against Ipswich. 4 points in those 2 games. Good going.
Get it in there. Brilliant stuff. Thank you, Sam. That is your round 19 predictions for the EFL Championship. As said at the top of the video, we're recording on Tuesday to go out on Wednesday. Just to reiterate, our original Blackburn Ipswich predictions were I had 2-0 Ipswich, Sam had 2-1 Ipswich. So we'll factor them in and fold them in to next week's scores if we need to. Please do hit the subscribe button, hit the thumbs up, and when will we see you again? So it's a bloody 3-game week again. So you won't get a check-in from Sam until, the following midweek, but he'll be back for round 20 predictions probably on Monday at some point. I can't keep up, mate.
We could try and get something in next week, can't we? I'm sure.
Speak for yourself.
Yeah.
I want some sleep at some point. But we love it, don't we? And we love your interactions, and we'll see you next time.